Hi, this is a response to Venom Fang X's Proof of God. I already posted a response, but I realize I messed up his argument the first time, so I'm starting over. Okay, first, the overall argument that Venom Fang X is using is called the first cause argument. And basically that is, everything had to come from something, and therefore that something is God. And there are a number of refutations to this, and philosophers and atheists have known them for years. Philosophers that were atheists, however you want to phrase it. So you're saying something had to cause everything, and it was God. Well, what caused God is the logical question. And how does adding God as something extra that we don't know that was caused add to the explanation? Okay. And if you want a more detailed, thorough refutation, you can look in the book Think by Simon Blackburn. Here's what the cover looks like. He talks about it in his chapter on God. But I thought I'd focus on this really interesting analogy that Venom Fang X uses a lot, and that's this candy bar analogy. And I talked about it in my last video, but I realized I screwed it up, so I'm starting over. Okay, so here it is. What he's arguing for, or what he's arguing against, rather, is that the universe could not be infinite. Like, time can't... There has to have been a beginning. Okay, so here... Let me first clarify what he's arguing against. He's arguing against a universe that's like this. Okay. So here's you and me in the middle, right here. And time spans backwards infinitely. Just as you could say, time will span forwards infinitely. That's what people are arguing for. And they're saying, listen, it didn't need a beginning. Something caused the Big Bang, and something caused that, and something caused that, and so you don't need a God at the beginning. That gets us back into the first cause argument. But okay, so he's saying no, this can't work. And here's his argument for why it can't work. Okay, let's say that you and I are standing at the present time, which is right here. Okay? And I tell you, I'm going to give you a candy bar after an infinite amount of time has passed. Well, obviously this is impossible because you would never get to the end. This infinity down here blows through the candy bar into infinity. You can't get to the end of infinity. That's the entire point. Okay, so, therefore, if you guys are trying to say that the universe has lasted forever, look now, we are the candy bar down here, and we cannot be reached. We could not be in the present day because infinity would blow through us and you would never get to us. Okay, but wait a second. What is this question mark thing? What is this? Is this some kind of beginning? Is this really what we were arguing for with the infinite universe thing? I don't think it was. It was something that looked more like this. Okay, time spans infinitely backwards, infinitely forward. Alright, so what are you saying, Sean? Okay, you're saying there's a question mark. So what? You're putting us here? On the end of infinity? What? We said we were here. So what exactly is going on here? Or are you saying it looks like this? Infinity goes through us, and then we're here again, and then there's another infinity. This really isn't matching up with what we're arguing for at all. Let's put this on a number line. Okay, so Sean's saying, here's what the number line looks like. You've got a question mark over here, some kind of weird beginning thing. And then it goes through infinity, and then there's 0, and then 1, 2, 3, which goes to infinity. But that's not what the number line looks like. It looks like this. Okay, that's much nicer. We have 0 right here, and it goes 1, 2, 3, on into infinity. And then if you want to go back, you go 0, -1, -2, -3, back into negative infinity. So that's what people are arguing for when they say the universe is infinite. They're saying time spans backwards into infinity. Okay, this whole crazy thing right here is not what they're arguing for. They're not saying we're at the end of infinite time. That would mean we were at the end of all time. Like we're like here. That's not what we're arguing for. Okay, so you really haven't gotten the argument right that you're trying to refute. So therefore, time could span backwards into negative infinity, negative infinite time. And we could say there were natural causes in all of it. We were caused by the Big Bang, there were all kinds of causes coming up to us after the Big Bang. Okay, but what was before the Big Bang? Well, in physics, they talk about brains, membranes that collided with each other and caused a big bang. So what caused them? Well, that's what we're trying to discover. But introducing God as some magical first source doesn't really add anything. So you haven't refuted that time can't span backwards infinitely, or that you haven't refuted that the universe can't be infinite.